Yeah, I'm here with Dr. Jeff Savell from Texas A&M University, and Dr. Savell just finished presenting some information on the latest National Beef Quality Audit, and particularly the portion of the audit that involved the in-plant audits at the packing plants, looking at beef quality issues. And wonder if you could just tell us a few of the key points, things that you've seen in this 2011 audit that maybe were a little bit different from the past audits, and kind of how you went about collecting that information.
Well, in this part of the audit, we did kind of three phases within that. We went into some of the plants and looked at the harvest floor, so cattle, carcasses, and byproducts that in the conversion of animals into meat products in that phase. Second area, we went into the cooler and looked at carcasses for quality grade, yield grade, all kinds of factors. And then what's unique to this audit is for the first time we had tremendous amounts of instrument grading data. So we had grading information on 2.4 million carcasses throughout basically 2011, and so we had a great snapshot of kind of what's going on through the industry. Let me tell you a few things of what we found. Then, I think that a couple of the great good stories we found: reduced bruising of cattle is resulting, in their less bruised carcasses. We saw also more identification, especially individual identification used, and I think that's a reflection of the demand for age and source verified, some of the other programs that are important for the domestic and for the export markets. And so those were two of the things we found on the harvest floor that I think were really great. I think in that, I think we were somewhere around probably 40% of the cattle that kind of fit in some what I call value program, some kind of program cattle where it may be for the various whether it's age and source or A40 for the Japanese market or even certified Angus beef and things like this. So there's a tremendous number. And I don't know exactly where we were in 2005 right off, but this number is much higher than what it had been in the past on that.
And it looked like quality grade has generally been trending upward.
Yes, and we saw in this one the highest number we've seen in the 20 years. It was over 61% of the carcasses graded prime and choice, and so that's great news for the segment of the markets that's demanding higher quality. That it seems like we're fulfilling that right now.
Were there any kind of key challenges or issues that we need to address that you saw in this particular phase of the audit?
Well, weights continue to increase, and I don't guess there's any surprise that anybody that's been around cattle or looked at weaning weights or anything that cattle are bigger today than they've ever been in the past. And so that's reflected in carcass weight. So the average carcass weight was about 825 pounds. If you take the steers, they're about 850, and the heifers about 775. And so kind of we've got this creep that happens that every time we measure we're up 3 or 4 pounds, and that's been pretty well reflected. Now the industry, they're still concerned about increased weights, but the economic drivers of if you're paid by the pound and you got more pounds and somebody's paying you to produce more, and so you're getting that signal,